You found your way to the door is the message. And it feels like if this message is for you, the adversary tried to convince you, sorry, my voice is gone. The adversary tried to convince you that, hold on, that you didn't have this very specific key that God had already told you that you had. And it feels like this was meant to be like a test of your faith, but not a test of your faith that you were supposed to be able to have the option to pass. Like, this was meant to appear as like a fair, well, you had a chance to win and you lost type of thing, but it was set up for you to lose. Because essentially what was happening here was, I sound like a 12-year-old boy. What was happening here was, hold on. The key is you. You are the key. And it's almost like one of those thumbprint approval things. And I have hold on. I'm using this stamp for my project corkboard. It's a giant thumbprint. It's almost like you had this in your pocket, and the adversary was trying to convince you that once you got up to this scanny thing, you had to put this on, and you had like a whole bunch of these, right? Because it was supposed to be a trick. You had a whole bunch of these in your pocket, and you were supposed to go up and try to scan it in, and it wasn't going to work because it was never supposed to. And then you were supposed to try the next one and the next one and the next one and get frustrated and walk away from this door, never realizing that this was the key. You actually had the key. It was your thumbprint, not the it's like all of these example thumbprints in your pocket were all the versions of you that you had to allow to fall away, to die away, in order to rebirth into the version that you are right now. And if you would have walked away from the door because you would have believed in that moment that you didn't have the key, not realizing that you were the key, then it's not that you would have lost, but it's that the adversary would have gotten another chance to pull you back to the beginning as you went and searched for another one of these blocks, believing that that's what you needed. And then the adversary would have had an opportunity to delay you or stop you from opening that door. But that is not what's happening, because you recognize, it's like you tried a key, you tried another key, and instead of running away in frustration, you stood there and you said, what else do I have that looks like this? And because you had gotten to know yourself so intricately and so closely, you knew that you had the same print on your finger, the Chariot in reverse. The adversary was hoping that you were going to back up and run away from the door. Queen of Cups in reverse. And that would have happened if you wouldn't have emotionally mastered. It's giving like light and shadow, like split in two. It was both thumbprints. Trick one was convince you that it was one of these. And then if that didn't work, you would have put one thumbprint and it wouldn't have worked, and you would have gotten frustrated. You needed to put the thumbprint from your light and the thumbprint from your shadow, and only then would this door open. And I have the Hanged Man sitting here. Only then would this door open, because it was proof that you embodied your light and your shadow and you integrated them to play nice together. So if it feels very loud right now, that's because you're in the echo chamber and the adversary is quite literally having a temper tantrum because you figured out that the key was you. Good job.